Essex are in need of a rebuild. Currently sat ninth in the county championship, they have year on year been one of the most consistent teams in the country. 5 titles, 2 Division 1 titles, 2 Division 2 titles, and a Bob Willis trophy all in the last 25 years. They currently have the 3rd best ELO rating system in the country, but is heavily down on the 1158 that they started the season with. And there's many reasons why they may be struggling, but one of them is their average first inning score in the country is only 277. And their average as a whole of 30.39 is the 3rd worst in the country. Add to that they score at the slowest rate with a 2.99 run rate. And even the once formidable bowling attack is only ranked about the 6th best in the country. This feels like an opportunity for us to come in over the top, make some changes, make some signings, and in 5 years, go and win the County Championship and the T20 Blast. Let's do it. And if you do want to access all the stats, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/leadingeggspod, sign up for the County Cricket Lover, and you have the entire history of County Championship cricket. Every player, every season, including ball-by-ball stats and batter versus bowler stats for the last 4 years. But we get $45,000 to pounds to play with in the first season. Now, on paper, I look at this team and I think they're underachieving. They've got a good team, they've got a good group of players that's good across multi-formats, but there are some obvious holes coming up. Nick Brown is 34, we've got Dean Elgar across who is 37, Tom Wesley is 36, Adam Rosington is 31. A lot of your batting lineup is about to change. We've got 4 overseas players, but in English players, we've got a group that's probably at the peak of their powers with Sam Cook, Jamie Porter, Shane Snyder. But there is some hope for the future. Thane looks like a good player. Benkenstein's playing more and more cricket. Salt and Pepper is getting it done, playing at an international level now. And as always in the first season, the thing that we're trying to do is we're trying to sign a good young player who's going to come in and make a difference. And there's one player that stands out above everyone else, and it's this guy, Terry Rigby. I'm not sure how many people call the kids Terry these days, but Big Terry, 29 average, 170 strike rate in second team cricket. He's only 17 years old, pretty poor one-day record at second team level, but his 3-day second team cricket, 57 average, is by far the best going around. 6 centuries from 22 games. And we're also going to take Leaney just above him, who's got 7 centuries from 33 games. Pretty, not quite the same player across all formats, but it is 2 young players into the team for year 1. I would be shocked if we end up in 9th position in this first season, but stranger things have happened. Season 1, let's go. Okay, end of season number 1, and we finished 4th. That is quite a reasonable start. Yorkshire go on and win the county championship, which is quite incredible. Surrey almost get relegated. They had a poor start in real life, but they've come back good. They sit top of the table at the moment. But 4th place finish, I think, is quite a reasonable response to the challenge that's in front of us. We do still have the issue with age. But on the season, we got a great season from Jordan Cox. He scored 1,200 runs. Tom Wesley still going strong with 1,100 runs. Elgar, we're going to look to move on, I think. 969 runs at 37. But reasonable. Matt Critchley averaged 40. Salt and Pepper 32. Young Allison, 20 years old, averaged 50. That's amazing. None of the year 1 players played that we signed in the last window. But we get what you expect from this bowling attack. Harmer, Porter, Cook, all very good. Shane Snater sneakily underrated. Matt Critchley averaging 46 is a slight concern. Challenge Trophy didn't work out, but that is not part of the plan to win that. It's just survive. And we didn't do well in the Blast. 6 and 7, okay. 6 and 7 in the Blast is okay. You're not an horrendous team. You've just not quite crossed the line in enough of them. What was a problem? Look, you can see it straight away. Our problem, strike rate. 137 Pepper, 134 Elgar. Jordan Cox, amazing. Paul Walter, 126. That's not a great record. I will just show you as well for the one-day stuff, because young Rigby went and scored a century, an average of 47 from his 8 games. So could be something there. So overall year one, that's not the end of the world with, mid-table, upper mid-table sort of finish. And we do get the opportunity to move on from a few players as well. Critchley, I'm going to give a 2-year deal to. I'm going to say bye to all our overseas players and recoup the costs. Brown's going to go. I'm going to give Das 1 more year. He averaged 17, 14 and 13. So it's not like he had a great time of it. Youth intake-wise, we get a guy called Sharkey coming through with Jonathan Agnew. An average of 42, and a 28. Let's just have a look, see what the strike... he actually might be pretty decent across multi-format. So we're going to bring him into the fray. Everyone else can go, and we're going to have loads of money to play with. 214k. We've got a squad size of 20. Oh, we've still got Dean Elgar. How many years have we got him signed for? He's 50k on a 2-year contract. I wonder... we've got a guy we've got 2 guys averaging in the 60s in second team cricket. Sorry, mine just completely goes as I see those numbers. Let's pull up the batting stats. This could be a game changer because 60s are normally 12 centuries, 8 centuries. Those numbers are excellent. One day cricket, 58, 44. I don't think they're going to be T20 players. No, they're not. I think they're too good to say no to. I really do. So the Bulldog, he's coming in. I also got to be careful here that so often I do tend to lean towards young players, and it can be a detriment because it makes those first few years incredibly hard. What do we need? Well, the batting wasn't bad in first class cricket, but it was pretty poor in second team cricket. The ball were probably 1 bowler short. There is a Matt Parkinson there. Also, this guy, Tom Hinley. 77 wickets. Who was he playing for last year? Because Sussex. He's played at Worcester as well. Those numbers are quite exceptional. Did he do anything? Played one day cricket? Played T20 cricket? It's not bad. What about Matt Parkinson in white ball cricket? Oh, is this Russell? Alex Russell, I know, can turn into an absolute beast on the game. There's no 2 ways about it. I am signing him. I've never had him. I know we need a batter. Joe Clark's there. George Balderson's a pretty decent player on the game. But 2 young players and Russell would be a great start to the window. 140k left. Tom Banton, we've gone all in on him. He wants more money. He can be multi-format player for us. We get Ollie Price, and we've signed Michael Nessa as an overseas all-rounder. So I've just got to make sure I get Banton. That is big for us. Banton's in, and we've run out of money. We've only got 30k remaining. I wanted to bring in George Balderson because do I need a George Balderson? There's a question I should be asking. We've got Paul Walter, we've got young Rigby, we've got Price, we've got Critchley. We probably don't need him, and we probably should just put the money into coaching. Okay then, season number 2. Feeling a little happier about what the team is actually looking like at the moment. In Allison, we've got a good young player who did well for us last year. Put up a 55 average. Jordan Cox, great player. Dean Elgar, 2 seasons, yes, might look to move in. Sharkey and George, well, he's coming in with much fanfare, it's got to be said. 42 second team average, but it looks like he's going to start this season. Tom Wesley's got a bit of life back in. Then we've got Maloney, we've got Banton, we've got Bull. The bowling attack is looking good. Porter, Russell, Cook, Richard, Snyder. We've got Ollie Price. We've got Michael Nessa. I feel we've got depth. Season 2. Let's have it. Okay, end of season number 2. Oh, mid-table. I thought we would be higher, and the reason is I kept seeing the scores come through and I was like, wow, it looks like we're winning a lot of games of cricket. Kushi, who Essex actually let go just before the start of this game, he top scores in the country with almost 1,400 runs. Oren Haynes, the former Sussex opening partners, are up there. Josh Bohannon, who was so poor for me in one version of the game, he's up there. Then with the ball, none of our players. 7 and 7. That's I feel like it's an improvement. I feel like we won one more game, but overall, I think we've diminished a little bit. Jordan Cox over 1,000 runs again. Critchley, superb, don't ask any more. Maloney, first season, 850 runs at an average of 44, and he's playing international cricket in year one. 74 average in one-day cricket. That is awesome. Dean Elgar, time to go. I'm going to cut your contract. Tom Banton was pretty poor. Sharkey averaged 34. It might be his ceiling. 950s, though, from 12 games. It does show that there is something there. With the ball, Russell, 41 wickets at 29 coming in. Nessa, 34 at 22. They're good numbers. It's Snyder, Porter and Cook, who's our usual barrage, didn't quite work out. One day cricket didn't work out either. It never does. 3 and 5. There was a couple of key call-outs, though, from our young players. And that's because Maloney averaged 71. Bull averaged 56. I think Bull scored like 146 it was. Was it Maloney? 142. We did all right with the bat. We scored over 300 multiple times. The problem came with the ball. Richards and Rigby were very good, but Russell, Nessa, Price probably didn't bowl enough. Snyder didn't work out. And in the T20 Blast, we make it into the quarterfinals. I'm going to take a bit of that. 9 and 4, so we've definitely improved. I expected to. We brought in guys with high sort of strike rates, so you expect them to be a little bit better. Tom Banton was a great signing. 540 runs, 41 average, 166 strike rate. Sharkey, 152 strike rate. Maloney, 142. Cox, 161. Allison, 162. Walter, 158. You look at the 130s we put up in the first season, that's a massive improvement. The ball average 10 with a 154 is not that great. Where did we come a cropper? It's the bowling. The bowling, we're going at 9.5 and over for the majority of it. So overall, season 2, another good step. County Championship, we're probably stagnant, but the Blast, we've definitely seen an improvement. Dean Elgar's retired, which has saved us a job of cutting him from the team, so it's going to give a bit of an opportunity elsewhere. Youth players coming through. Is Stoker worth a look? 24 average, 29, 28. I don't think we've got one there. No, we don't. So it's going to come down to what are you doing for me in the last season for some of these contracts. Michael Nessa, I believe, put up a pretty decent year. 22 and 22 average. I'm going to give him another 1-year contract. We're skating on it. Snyder's going to get a year as well. Thane, I don't believe, played in any cricket. Michael Pepper continues to underperform, but is worth another year. Tom Wesley, is Tom Wesley done for us? I think he is. He is done. Also, Benkenstein hasn't moved on to playing anything. So I'm actually considering letting everyone go and just giving ourselves more money to play within the market. We've got 21 out of 23 players. As a team, we've got Rigby's an opener. I did not see that coming. Rigby's an opener. Sharkey and Bull, both openers. The bowling attack was pretty poor last year, but on paper is good. But the age is an issue. Snyder, Porter, Nessa, all quite old. So I really think it's high impact, high quality players. There's not actually that many players on the market at all. Ethan Brooks is there, who I believe is an exceptional cricketer. So we're going to give him a contract. Lyndon James is there, but his bowling doesn't quite stack up. The other one is James Coles, who at 22 years old is a frighteningly talented player. 31 at 32 with the ball, 1,000 runs with the bat, and the previous year 945. I've just sold myself on him, and we're going all in. I do believe we're still a little light with the bat. Jaiswell, he won't be available much, would he? 66%, and it's not enough to sign him. I'm going to take Jasprit Bumrah on a T20 contract. Brooks is in. Coles is in. Bumrah's in. So we've made some big plays, but this is kind of what we want to see. I'm ignoring the youth players and getting stuck into what is on the market for us now. And I'm looking for high quality. I need guys that are taking wickets. Taylor's there. Lewis Gregory, how old are you now? 34. That seems like a me sort of signing. Liam Dawson, why isn't he playing for England? 53 wickets. Tom Laws is there and Beefy Bamba. How old's Bamba? 27. I reckon Bamba would do a good job for us, you know. Is Laws playing for England? A couple of test matches. Beefy Bamba's coming in on a 3-year deal. You're going to be there till the end, sunshine. More signings. Bamba is in. Chambers is in. So Chambers comes in. 21 years old. Averages 47. 58 in one-day cricket. He's only 21 years old. Looks like a baller. Plus, boasting a 61 second team average. It leaves 37.5k in the kiddie. And I think we are done. Okay then, season number 3. Okay, end of season number 3. What sort of team was it putting out? Cook, Bamba, Brooks, Russell. That's a good bowling attack. Then with the bat, Cox, Sharkey, Chambers, Maloney. So all the young guns getting a go. Banton, Coles, maybe slightly light on the top 6. The question is, how did we do? We finished second. We're up to 9 wins. We're heading in the right direction. Lancashire win by 33 points down to their 2 draws, really, going above and beyond. Cox, 1,000 runs. Kids are stud. Ollie Price with almost 1,000 runs and averaging 50. Sharkey almost 1,000 runs. Chambers 33 average. Maloney 34. So there's some room for improvement. But the ball came in and averaged 60. Big fan of that. He's got 2 one-day centuries, 3 first-class centuries to his name. Also batting quite deep with Brooks averaging 20. Critchley 35. Brooks isn't playing international cricket and still didn't play every game. It's the problem when you keep signing players and you end up with a squad that's... The squad's good, but you're not quite enough high-quality talent. It does get diluted sometimes. Brooks 18 at 36. Snyder 25 at 25. That's a good performance. Porter, the main guy, 60 at 30. Cook 63 at 24. That's a good season. One-day competition. We actually did better here. 3 and 5, and 2 of the games we lost quite tight. But the Blast, we don't get through. 5 and 8. It didn't work out. The Blast is such a hit and miss competition, and it is hard doing it like this where you don't control every game. Maloney's a stud. Average 42 with a 170 strike rate. The ball with a 160 strike rate. Where did we struggle? Was it the ball? Oh yes, the ball. We're going at 9s. Nessa, Walter, Richards, Brooks. So we need to try and focus our efforts into obtaining some T20 bowlers from somewhere. Also, we got nothing. No games out of Jasprit Bomber. That was a waste of money. Rigby's going to get a contract because he's playing one-day cricket. Allison, I'm going to give 1 year to just to see what we've got. I think Leaney I'm done with. But we need the players. Like, I didn't have enough players for the one-day competition. It made it really hard. Same with Fernandez as a backup keeper. Then we get into the crux of it. Pepper's given us nothing. I'm going to let him go. Rosington is now 34. I'm going to let him go. Tom Banton is going to be around till death do us part. Matt Critchley is now 31. Played 10 games, averaged 35 last year. I wonder if we're a better team without him, which is a big call to make. Richards is going to get another year contract. Jamie Porter's going to get 1 year. They're getting sneakily old, some of these guys. And then we brought in Sweeney as the... Well, he was our young player that came through the youth intake. 54 average, 37-21. I need to break that down just a little bit more. 125 strike rate in T20 cricket isn't amazing. 54. I'm going to pass because I feel we're at the stage where we really need guys to come in and hit the ground running. Our time for developing players has gone. And we've done that pretty well with some of the players we've got. But we've got to win. That's what it comes down to. I'm not having another rebuild where I don't win Division 1. You know, you're crying out for a bowler in this format as well. And there's just nothing there. The one thing there is a Sam Curran who could add to our T20 team quite nicely. Josh Hull. Never signed him on the game. It's not the best record across any of the formats, to be honest. So I might give that a wide berth. We let Paul Walter go. We let Matt Critchley go. Is there something better that we can sign? The only one that I'm thinking of at the moment is Sam Hain, but there's not heaps there that makes me go, definitely sign this guy. I am going to sign this guy. Aidan Markram, 33 years old, 100% availability. I'm going to sign this guy as well. Swanepoel, he can be a beast. Markram's in, Swanepoel's in. Curran wants some extra brass. Now, I just want to see if there's anything else that's come onto the market in between that is worth signing. Sure thing. Morley, that's a pretty decent record for Morley. 7.76 economy rate. Average is 28. He might just get swallowed up in the amount of players that we've got, but we're gonna have a little look. There's a lot of players that scored a lot of runs. But the one that's catching my eye is Brooke Guest. He is a decent player on the game. He's 30. But I feel like an upgrade at wicketkeeper would be a really nice thing to have. So we're going to try and get him. Sam Curran still wants more money. You're going to bankrupt me, Sam Curran. And we get Morley. We get Guest. And we get Sam Curran. So that is a lot of transfer movement. Not so interested in me. No, I've still got a job to do here, mate. Season number 4. We are progressing in the right direction in the Championship. The Blast is proving problematic and the one-day stuff doesn't matter. What sort of team are you going to put out with what I feel is a really, really strong team? Maloney's averaging 46 in his career. Cox 46. Allison 44. The Bull 43. Markram's in there now. Starkey, Coles. And then with the Ball, we've got Swanepoel, Cook, Porter, Sneijder, Bamber, Brooks. We're strong. Okay, we're at the halfway stage where we go into the one-day cup. I just want to stop. We're 5 and 4. We're only 20 points off the top, but it's still not quite clicking. I do wonder whether I've got a too cluttered environment going on where the chopping and changing is too much. In terms of the teams that they're putting out there, with the Ball, Swanepoel, Porter, Curran's playing. I didn't want Curran in first class cricket, but you lose control of that when you play this way. Cox, Sharkey, Chambers, Maloney, Price, Coles, Allison. We've got depth with the batting and the bowling. We should be doing better than this. We get to the end of the season and we had a really good one-day competition, 5 and 3, but miss out on net run rate. And that hurts quite a lot. Who's this Heafy guy? 700 runs. 700 runs. What an absolute stud muffin that is. What a performance. But the big one. I'm going Blast first. Quarterfinals. 8 and 6. That's a pretty good record, actually. Were we better? Maloney still puts up great numbers. We're actually quieter with the bat. Much more 140 sort of strike rates. But everyone fairly consistent. But we were better with the ball. James Coles, what a signing. 6.86 economy rate. Sam Curran only played 5 games and went at 9s. Swanepoel was outstanding with a 7.61 economy rate. So much, much better. And the big one, the Championship, we're 4th. We win more than what we lose, which is always a good place to be. But I'm surprised we weren't better than that. Hasib Hamida passed up on him. I could have signed him, but I didn't. And now I've got to live with the consequences of him scoring 1,000 runs for someone else. For us, Sharkey bags 1,000 runs. Averages 38.88 in his career. Price, 45 average. Coles, 37. What a signing he is. Jordan Cox, exceptional. Chambers is not all that. He's averaging 36. He's not all that. Maloney averaging 35. Banton, 35. Brooke Guest, 33. I thought I might get a little bit more out of him. With the ball, actually slightly more expensive than what I thought. Coles played 14 games. Cook, 11. So there's heaps of rotation going on. But with one season left, I'm slightly concerned. I think one of the most disappointing ones has been Russell. Because I've seen him be electric in some other saves, but here he's not been that great for us. I'm contemplating letting Sam Curran go. Might just hold on for him for the last year. Richards, 21 wickets at 20 last year, 8.19 economy rate. I think it's time to go. Fernandez can go. You're not playing any cricket. Then I think I'm going to let it go. I've got Allison and Leaney. Neither are playing first-class cricket. Leaney's playing one-day cricket, so I'm going to give him a year because we need to put a team out. And Allison has just kind of fallen, not through any fault of his own, just through acquisition. He's dropped out of the reckoning altogether. So 163k to go and win a title. And there's nothing on the market I'm interested in the first round. We're going to continue. Loose deploy. Harry Kane. 1,000 runs last year. But he's been poor all the other years. I saw him score 1,000 runs. So I was like, I might have a look. George Balderson continues to do George Balderson type things. Just be a really good all-rounder. But we don't need an all-rounder. We actually just need high-quality performing players, of which Dan Lawrence is going to fit the bill to be one of them and hopefully come in and play T20 cricket for us well. It's not a case of just coming in, but whatever you do, you've got to do it well. Lawrence is in. I really actually think this is going to be an incredibly quiet transfer window because there's nothing else that's popping out. Okay, here we go then. Season number 5. We've got to make a cataclysmic leap to try and win something in this save. We've made the quarterfinals twice at the Blast. We've been as high as second in the Championship, but never far enough. Okay, end of the season. The one-day stuff does not go as planned. 2-6. The T20 Blast. We make it into the quarterfinals for the third time, where we lose to Lancashire. Oh man, that hurts. I genuinely thought we'd got a good enough team together to go and win that competition. But it is not to be. Lose to Lancs by 10 wickets. We get steamrolled. Sharky, Banton, Rigby, Leaney. It's a very different team to when we started, but we do get rolled. Brad is at the wheel. He gets 5 for 26, 117 all that, and they knock them off. We get smashed. Alex Russell opening the bowling. Don't even know who Ruthless is. He must be a young player that's come through. Was that the team we were putting out most of the time? No, we must have lost some players. Jordan Cox is playing 3 formats for England, so he was batting at 3. James Cole's at 4. Did they have a good season? I guess that's the next question. Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players who's played international cricket in their career. That's not a bad effort. Maloney averages 32. The strike rates are pretty good. Lawrence, Beckton, Sharkey, Cox, Coles, Maloney. The main brunt of it is really good. Chambers somehow keeps getting in the team and not performing. With the ball, Sam Cook went to over 10s. Morley at 7.2, so he's coming of age quite nicely. Swanepoel again really good. And before I check on how we finished in first class cricket, Sharkey put up 1,000 runs, second time in his career, 1,379 at 55. Chambers 1,000 runs. Price averaged 49. What a signing he's been. Lawrence averaged 40. Jordan Cox 34. Tom Banton 37. Coles 26. Maloney 93 when he played. Whoa, he must have got like one big score that got it done. And here we go. Russell. I've seen Russell get 100 wickets in a season on this game. Sign him. He averages 30, but he takes 73 wickets. Changes the outfit completely, having a high-quality spinner. Brooks, 54 at 31. The averages are quite high, except Swanepoel, when he played in the 4 games, 23 at 17. I don't think that's a championship winning team, and I'm right. We've finished third. So we've had a second place finish, 2 fourth place finishes, and a third place finish. Never quite good enough to get across the line. This guy's getting bigger and bigger. You could say he's doubling. Big Keith. I found out today that doubling means Blackpool. Interesting. Sharkey, third most runs in the country. What about with the wickets? Russell's got to be neat. He isn't it? Is that our Richards? Did we just let Jamal Richards go? We did. And he went and took 87 wickets, the most in the country. Oh, that's a second or third time in this save where I've looked at it and gone, that's not quite worked out as I would hope. In terms of our players, just looking at first class averages, Maloney averages with a 45 average, finishes with a 45 average, Cox 44, Sharkey 43, Bull 43. So I think we've done pretty well with some of the youth players. that's come through. And then with the ball, Swanepoel was on a different level. Sam Cook just takes wickets for days. Also Maloney, very, very good, averaging 32 with a 150 strike rate. In fact, you'll be hard-pressed to find a better strike rate in the team. No, you can't. With the ball, let's look at economy rates. Morley, 7.93 from 62 games. That's, again, a really good player that's come through. I don't feel like we've bred that many superstars. A lot of them got stuck at this stage of the career where they're playing just the one-day cricket. They're not good enough to go on. Sharkey, Maloney, Chambers there. Rigby averaged 36 and 21 with the ball. The ball averaged 35. Rigby 21 with the ball, incredible. So have we rebuilt them? I think we've been pretty passive, to be honest. 2 fourths, a second and a third. 3 quarter-final berths in the T20 competition. I would have expected better. I would have expected to make a final, win a trophy, but it is not to be. Now comment below and let me know who you think we should be rebuilding next. Thanks for watching.